What's up, y'all? It is Aceofcupstea here, where we sip tea, tell the stories of divine synchronicity, the meanings behind it all, and of course, we go with the flow. So let's have some tea. I invite you to hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at aceofcupstea. There, you'll find more of these stories of alignment, more meanings, more of the spiritual meanings behind these things, as well as some pictures of tea sets and whatnot. And I'd love to hear your stories about divine synchronicity and alignment and all these crazy things happening, because it's not just me. I know it's a lot of us. So, let's build a nice little community. Let's all tell and share our stories, and have some fun. Let's have fun with this journey that we're all on. Let's tell these stories. Let's share these stories. They're important. It helps us all understand and cross over as a collective. So tell me your stories in the comments. Let's have some fun. What are we here to talk about? Before we get into what we're really here to talk about, our topic of the day, which is, you probably already can tell, it's going to be about 3 scarves. The tea I'm drinking today is just linden flower. I'm literally just drinking linden flower tea. I get this from ahealthycrush.com. It's all these herbs and minerals are really good for your body, all that good stuff. Gotta stay healthy at all times. So what are we here to talk about today? We're here to talk about 3 scarves, my 3 scarves. There's a whole story around these 3 scarves. But why are we talking about 3 scarves? Why are we talking about 3 scarves in particular? We're talking about them because the number 3 is actually a really powerful number. There are already so many examples worldwide of things that we naturally view as coming in 3, things that happen in 3. The number 3 just holds such a powerful universal energy. And it's an energy that truly vibrates through our everyday lives, just in our, honestly, just in the way that we talk about things. We always describe things as 3. We talk about 3 strikes, you're out. 3rd time's a charm. The genie grants 3 wishes. Like, we're always placing things in these buckets of 3. And, it just feels like a very fair number. You get 1 try, okay, 1 more, and then 3. Those are your chances, It feels like a very balanced number. But why exactly does the number 3 feel so balanced? It's because on a spiritual level, it's because you're finally balancing out the 3 spiritual aspects, the mind, body, and the spirit. And when you have those 3 aspects really balanced in your life, magic can happen. Literally, magic can happen. Synchronicity can happen. Manifestation can happen. So, it's all about that balance of the 3, the power of the 3. What the 3 really represents is that creative force. So I want to get into the story of the scarves before we get too wild on the 3s. Story of the scarves. I live in the East Bay and it's windy. I mean, like, dumb wind. I mean, like that wind that is relentless, where it's like, can I just, like, and I love the wind, I love nature, but like sometimes it's like, can I just get a break? Get a little break just for a moment? But it's like, nah, I'm not giving you a break. So I had this black scarf, wore it all the time, and one day, it's super windy in the morning. I'm like rushing to work. I'm rushing to the train, I should say. And oh, this is also random, but this is specifically North California honey. It's really important to drink or take local honey that's from the region that you live in, because you are getting the bees that are actually pollinating the plants where you live, the plants that would be causing the allergies or whatever issues where you live. So if you're drinking the honey of your own region, it's more beneficial. Anyway, so I'm rushing to work. It's windy in the morning. It's one of those situations where I'm like, I get to the train, I get on the train, and door slam right behind me. Door slam, and I'm like, oh, I made it. Whew. Then you pause to kind of like, adjust yourself, make sure. And I pause it, and the scarf is gone. Like, it's just gone. I'm like checking all around me, looking at the floor. No, the scarf is completely gone. And I'm like, oh, damn, I guess it blew off at some point. I guess the wind took it and I didn't even like feel it come off of me. So boom, scarf 1 is gone. I never saw it again. Even on my walk home, I was like, I'm just gonna see, like maybe I'm gonna see it on the ground. No, it's just gone. So scarf 1 is, who knows? Scarf 2, I don't just have one scarf. I had another scarf. Scarf 2, couple weeks later, scarf 2, been using scarf 2. It's a camel colored scarf. It's actually a huge scarf. It's not even really a scarf. It's like a scarf blanket, one of them scarves that you can like unroll it, and it's huge and you can kind of wrap it around yourself. So this is not a smaller scarf like scarf number 1. I'm wearing scarf 2. Scarf 2 is warm. I'm liking it. I've even forgotten all about scarf 1. No, I'm on to new and better. Scarf 2's here. What's up? I'm rushing to work one morning. I finally get to the train. I'm like pumping it. I get to the train, door slam right behind me. Woo, just made it. Scarf 2, gone. To this day, scarf 1 isn't, I don't even know. I'm not even really pressed about how scarf 1 got away. But how scarf 2 got away is like a true mystery to me. A true and deep mystery, because it was a heavy scarf. I mean, it was huge. So how could it have possibly come completely off of, like, unwrapped around from my neck and blown in? Like, the wind be blowing hard, I know, but it just seemed so wild for that kind of scarf to come off of my body and me not notice. So again, I'm on the train, dumbfounded, like, what? How did I lose another scarf? Again, on my way home, I'm like looking in the streets, looking to see if I see this gigantic scarf, and of course I don't. Scarf 2, never to be seen again. When we talk about the number 3, we're getting to the third scarf. When we talk about the number 3, it's also a significant number because it's the lowest number that really kicks off a pattern. If something happens or if you see something one time, that's just what it is. You saw it one time. If you see it 2 times, you might be like, yeah, I remember seeing that another time, right? But if you see it 3 times, there's like the moment that you're like, oh, I'm seeing this. This is more than once. This is more than twice. This is now 3 times. It makes us, it's a number that I would say brings us into awareness. It's the number that, wakes you up to something special happening, something a little bit different, a little bit out of the norm. A lot of existential types of concepts even come in 3. Birth, life, death, beginning, middle, end, past, present, future, the Holy Trinity. This concept of 3s, this concept of things that happen in 3s, things that come in 3s, good things come in 3s, bad things come in 3s. 3s just are all around us. And, if you catch that 3 pattern, you're in alignment, you know? You're seeing things, you're paying attention to things, and you're seeing you're catching a little glimpse of the divine mathematical pattern of the universe. You know, these patterns really aren't coincidences. These patterns are a part of the divine plan, the divine makeup of what this universe is. You know, so it's interesting to start to pay attention and read that divine language. You know, it's how the universe, it's how our ancestors, it's how our spirit guides, it's how our angels communicate with us and give us messages. You know, they can't just like, you know, pop up and have, you know, they're not just gonna pop up right here. But they will communicate through nature and numbers and animals and, you know, uncountable other ways. But when you really start to pay attention to those things, I think that's when your world really starts to change. Right. So, this tea is really good. The honey kind of tastes like oranges. Alfalfa, berry, citrus, clover, and sage. Wow, that's really nice. I taste the citrus. So, scarf number three. Scarf number three happens to actually be behind me. I use scarf number 3. This backdrop. Scarf number 3 is exquisite. I love this scarf. Scarf number 3 was meant for me. It was my 3rd time's a charm. This scarf came back to me. I don't know who, I don't know how. I'm gonna send them some sweet blessings, but let's get into scarf 3. Scarf 3, there's this estate sale that happens sporadically. It just, every once in a while it pops up. Obviously it hasn't been now in the Rona days. We haven't had the estate sale in a while, but prior to this estate sale would just like pop up here and there. Every time it pops up, I would get this email and I'd be like, yes, oh my God. And it's this absolutely incredible estate sale, like prices from the bottom to the top and items that, I mean, it's the selection is absolutely incredible. But anyway, after this series of hiccups, I end up at this estate sale where I see this scarf in a bin and I'm like, you know, whenever you see something, you're just like, it is mine. Like, you called to me, I called to you. I was divinely brought to this place for you, and now this scarf belongs to me. And I pick it up and it says $8 and the bin it's in says 50% off. So I'm like, oh, this scarf is gonna be $4. $4 for this exquisite scarf. So I get the scarf and I like wrap it around myself. I was gonna wrap it around myself, but I like it back here. So I get the scarf and it literally becomes my new favorite scarf. I mean, it goes with everything I wear. It doesn't matter what I wear, it just goes. It just goes. Everywhere I go, people are like, this is beautiful. And I'm like, I know, it's made of wool, so it's warm. I mean, everything about it is amazing. Anyway, I live by a lake, so I always take my dog out to this lake so he can run wild and I can kind of meditate, commune with nature, you know, all that good. And I take him out one day after work. We're out there for a while. I get back home and, you know, whatever, the get back home routine. Anyway, the following morning, I wake up in the morning. We're gonna go outside for his morning walk. And I go to like where I put all of my things. Like when I come in the house, I like put everything on one chair and that's where everything is. So I get to this chair and my scarf isn't there. So I kind of have this moment where I'm like, oh, where's my scarf at? And I'm like, I kind of convinced myself, okay, the scarf, maybe I brought it in the closet, but I'm also like, I don't ever go that far. Like, I don't ever make it to the closet with my outside. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I put it on the other chair. And I'm just like, filtering through these possibilities before I'm just like, I can't focus on the scarf right now because I got to take my dog out. So I take him out, and usually in the mornings before work, it'll just be like a quick little 15-minute something, and I won't take him all the way out to the lake where, you know, that's like a longer walk. But for some reason this morning, I'm just kind of like, I feel like a longer walk. It's early, it's nice, the sun is rising, let's go. So I'm like walking along this path to get to this gate that opens up and lets you out to the lake area. And I'm kind of in my morning time. I like to be very quiet and subdued in the morning. So I'm like in my own mind thinking, and I'm walking towards the gate, and I look up when I get to the gate, and this scarf is draped over it's just draped over the fence. And I'm like, I like look up and I'm like, what? And I'm like, wait. I'm like, this is one of a kind. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like touching it gently. I'm like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Is this my scarf? Did someone? And I'm like, oh my God, my scarf must have blown off the night before when I took my dog out for that like late afternoon windy walk. Somebody found the scarf. This is just my assumption. This is only my assumption because I still do not know even how on earth a third scarf could blow off of my neck and me not notice. What? How would a third scarf blow off my neck and me not notice? Is kind of where my mindset is. I'm like, did it really do that? And I'm like, no, that must have happened. And somebody found the scarf and hung it on or at least particularly that fence. There's even significance about that fence, about that gate, because it's not always the gate I use to leave. So it's like I had the option of all of these other gates, and the gate that I picked that morning happens to be the gate that my scarf that I wasn't even fully conscious of the scarf actually being gone. Like, I was still convincing myself that the scarf was somewhere else in the apartment and I had just accidentally put it somewhere else. So it's like me arriving to the gate, seeing my scarf hanging there. It's like, what? So then I have this moment of being like, wow, the third time it blows off, and now this one has returned to me because the third time is a charm. And I am in my own little world of divine alignment and synchronicity, and it is truly magical. And I'm eternally grateful for this journey and eternally grateful for whoever it was that found the scarf and hung it on the gate. Whoever you are out there, thank you. Seriously, thank you. I bless you, because I really did love this scarf. I fell in love with the scarf the second I saw it. And like, my stomach really did drop that morning when I didn't see the scarf. So for me not to have been fully conscious of it, and then there it is before my eyes hanging over this fence. There just are no coincidences. The scarf was meant for me. There just are no coincidences. And here is my lovely scarf behind me, my exquisite scarf from that magical little estate sale, which the estate sale happens to, it's a recurring story. There's a handful of stories that are centered around things that I got at that estate sale. So the estate sale is a thing in itself. I also want to just kind of close out this discussion about the number 3 by kind of talking about when you are in that alignment of mind, body, and spirit, you're unlocking your own personal uniqueness. And I think our personal uniqueness, the things that make us special and divine, the things that light up our soul are our divine purpose. It is what we should do. And if we're all doing what we should be doing, we'll all be emitting such wonderful frequency. And that frequency heals the entire planet. And, you know, it creates a very beautiful frequency for the entire universe. You feel me? You feel me? So 3, you know, it's all about unlocking that creativity. It's all about unlocking your uniqueness, and that uniqueness is what draws out your personal creativity, whatever that creativity may be. And, you know, a lot of people, I don't want people to think about creativity in a limited way, like you can only be creative if you're into art. Math is creative, science is creative, you feel me? Like, find your creative path in what you're doing. And last but not least, the number 333 in particular, when you come across a 333, whether it's on the clock or in a license plate or on a receipt or however you may run across, if you're paying attention to life, you will see those alignments, you'll see those signs, you'll see those messages from the other realm coming right through to here, to the 3D where we at, and it's like, oh, there's my note. But when you come across a 333, it's a really powerful number because it is the divine frequency of the ascended masters. The ascended masters are the light workers of the past, the miracle workers of the past, who really are here to help heal the planet and help us find our path. Because if we find our paths, we heal the planet. It's, you know, it's an infinity sign, right? We're all helping each other if we're all vibrating in that, you know, positive vibration. You know, I ask that we all remember to take a break, sip some tea, pay attention to the details of your divine existence, and, you know, bless up my chosen ones. Ashe. Have a wonderful week. Stay tuned for more stories of divine alignment and the meanings behind what those alignments are all about. Thank you.